Hey, what's up everyone? This is your boy James and I am back with another reaction video for you guys today. And today I just want to do another reaction video to an interesting video that just popped up on my feed about the certain relationship lifestyle too when it comes to with relationships, and especially when it comes to with relationships and with sexuality, of course, too. It's just popped in when it comes to with this video, you know, and you see this video too on the screen titled Rob's First Time Encountering a Queen of Spades in the Wild. And I was like, what the hell? What's this all about? But it really just dawned to me too. And especially when it comes to encountering women who are in the lifestyle, who are, you know, in the lifestyle, who are hooking up with black men, like for, you know, intimacy and sexuality, and especially sexually and intimately too, whether they're an entertainer or if they're an educator or all the above. And just like when it comes to with this video by I think it's called The Spread Show, and that sounds pretty raunchy too when it comes to just saying that in this video for YouTube especially. And to make a disclaimer too, for anyone who is listening to this for the first time, this video is for a mature audience only. And if you're under 18, I suggest you not to watch this video, because what I'm about to share is when it comes to you with the Queen of Spades and the lifestyle and relationships and sexuality too. I'm just going to cover those topics as well. And of course as well too, and especially when it comes to encountering women, especially if they're, you know, in a lifestyle who are attracted to black men too, if they label themselves as a Queen of Spades or, you know, hot wife or just like a snow bunny too. I know those kind of like terms too are very kind of controversial, just because it has like a really kind of like I say like a toxic but yet a really controversial origin to it too, you know, bring it back to slavery. But just really when it comes to with the title of this video too, and especially, you know, in today's terms too, with the Queen of Spades logo, it's just, from what I've seen too, it's just like, you know, women who are really attracted to black men, not just sexually, but, you know, emotionally and mentally as well too. So when it comes to with this video, you know, again, this video is not for a younger audience. This is for mature audiences only. So if you're easily offended, or if you're just not in the, you know, into these topics of relationships and sexuality and lifestyle, you know, discussions, or even just relationship dynamics too, when it comes to with that, you know, feel free to close this video at any time. But if you guys do want to see this video too, when it comes to with my reaction, or just in general, just really getting your snacks, getting your favorite kind of like self-care supplies, or even just like in general too, because I am about to do a first part of this video too, and then the second part I'm about to do on my website as well. So when it comes to with that, and sorry for stuttering, it's just getting my points across when it comes to with this video. And just like if you guys ever want to see the original video by The Spread Show as well, and saying that respectfully of course too, I'll post a link to the original video in the description of this reaction video, so if you guys ever want to watch it for yourself, and so on and so forth too. And this video is a year old, like 2 years old, so this video's been out for a while. And without further ado, let's get this party started. So let's see.
I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my head.
I'm super curious about the people that you bumped into, because you had a actual experience with someone who identified as a Queen of Spades, right?
It's been a couple of.
Yeah. And like maybe she was military or something like that. The story, like just refresh your memory.
Yeah, so yeah. So you said military. Okay, so when I was in the military, a friend of mine and I, we were it's called the Base Exchange. It's kind of like the mall. We were in there, and we were actually on a call for verbal altercation. Like, as minute can be. Just two people just had an argument about who was next in line. And we're both black guys. Whatever, we're great. And so the lady had a Queen of Spades tattoo, I believe, on her arm somewhere. She was military. And so with that,
What is that tattoo?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
So the tattoo,
And describe her tattoo.
I personally didn't see it.
Okay.
But for people that don't know, it's usually like a spade, and then there's like a Q in there somewhere.
Okay.
The spade is like usually like shaded in or whatever. So like one that I could think of would be like an actual spade for like the playing card, and like the Q is like outlined, and like you literally just shade in everything around the Q. So I'm assuming she has something like that with like something extravagant around it because it was on her arm somewhere. And so I didn't see it. And so my coworker, he was like, "Hey man, like she was the queen of spades." I was like, "Oh, word."
Because all you know is like queen of spades means.
Yeah, and I'm like, we're two black guys, so I was like, word, like that's what it is. But then like, finding out about like, a few months later, I was like, oh. But it also depends, like, is she a queen of spades for the fantasy of it, or is she like a queen of spades because literally she just likes being with black guys?
So
that's a good question.
The difference is, to me personally, there's a like we all have fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
If you are solely acting out your fantasy and you're seeking out a black guy because you claim you're a queen of spades, then to me that's wrong. Because at the end of the day, if a black guy comes up to you and is like, "Hey, I would like to take you out for dinner, let's have a date or whatever," and you blow him off, but yet 2 hours later, behind closed doors, you're willing to take his dick. That's a huge problem to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you're into them, like as a person, like, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, he seems like a good guy. Let's go on a date, whatever." And then behind closed doors is history. That's cool. But if you literally just like mitigate the friendship part besides the sexual part, that right there to me is the problem.
So it's the objectification part.
Very objective.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and it's also like being a secret, right? In some weird way, right? Like you're good enough for a fuck, but not good enough for dinner.
If even that. Like I know a woman right now who will not fuck a black guy because she's scared of having to answer why she has a black baby if she gets pregnant. I'm like, that's fine. Like, if that's your thing, whatever, I'll back off. Yeah. But, like, to me, that's ignorant. That's like my keyword of the day is ignorant.
With that.
Because you can still have relations with a black guy or whatever, cool, great. But if you're ultimately worried about being a white woman, explaining to your Southern family why you have a black baby or, you become pregnant by a black guy, like, then I'm sorry, like, whatever.
So now I'm going to throw this in the mix. So we watched on the show one of my favorite people who I'm still trying to get on the show, Tammy, who is is a queen of spades who is very out, like not hiding it. There is no shame. And there's a whole community of queen of spades who have no shame. Like
we're going to find Tammy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I will pay for Tammy.
Get Tammy.
I want her. I will pay for you, Tammy. I'll fly you up here.
Halfway. Yeah,
we'll host.
Just started GoFundMe.
Yeah, can we start GoFundMe for Tammy? Can we find Tammy? But who are proud of being a queen of spades? They only date black men. They only have sex with black men. There is no shame or a tide around it. So, do they fall into the yes, I could with them because they're not shamed, they're not hiding anything, or is it still because they're queen of spades that they fall into the category of no, you're objectifying?
So for me personally,
interesting question from this sister.
Yes,
yeah,
because they have no shame in hiding.
Okay.
If they can go to the beach with a black guy or whatever, cool, great. They're able to be seen outside of closed doors with them. That's fine with me. But still the whole queen of spades aspect, I'll probably be like, hey, you know what? Let's not publicize that part.
So you're hiding them.
Oh,
if we're all being smart about things, at the end of the day, somebody will be like, oh, well, she's a queen of spades. She's only with Rob because he's black. I don't know what else she likes. I know she's into me for my personality or whatever. At the end of the day, that's all that matters to me.
But I'm gonna throw another scenario. Y'all can stop me because I got scenarios today. So if all of you guys were in I don't know, latex body bag suits, right? And all you had to is what's that show where the dating show where she can't see you, right?
Was it Love Is Blind or something like that? Behind
Love Is Blind works, right?
Okay.
And she falls in love with your personality until she has to go and see you guys. And she only picks you because you're black. And she says, I only like black guys. Your personality can be all there, but she's a queen of spades. So the first preference, the first thing that, what's what I'm looking for, that the first priority is because you're black.
Well, you just said it's her preference.
The priority is that you're black. So your personality, because you're a queen of spades. So it's like, if it was about personality, then she would have been okay with someone else,
So
right?
then, all right. So then, would I know she's a queen of spades at this point?
Yeah, like she's like, I'm on the show, I'm a queen of spades, but I'm gonna try this blind date shit out. And they're like,
I mean, at that point, then
That's a good show. We need to do that.
there's obvious bias there because
She's fine. She's a queen.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So like,
A preference is a bias of sorts.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have our purposes.
But what I'm saying is like, it's your blackness. That's why she's showing up, right? But you're okay with that as long as she's, I guess.
If she's into me because I'm a black guy and that's what she likes, so be it.
Okay.
If she likes me because
As long as you're not a secret.
that and I'm not, like she said, objectified
But you are
as a object. Well, no, because this is how you separate the two. So
school me, please, because I have my opinion.
this is how you separate the two. She can like her black guys.
Mm-hmm.
She can say she's a queen of spades because she likes how black guys fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. You have a queen of spades who doesn't like black guys, but only fucks them because her cuck white husband or whatever husband.
Does that make her she's
So
queen of
hold
spades
on.
then?
So what I'm actually hearing right here, the true differentiation that I think I'm picking up on is a single woman versus a married.
Not so much. It
not
varies.
necessarily.
It varies because it's case by case.
Well, but it's like, are you a queen of spades because you're doing it because your husband's making you do it? Does that make you a true queen of spades?
Not so much.
Because to me, that just means you're like
that sounds like
submissive
a
to your
slut.
husband. Yeah, or just you're fulfilling his fantasy and not yours. Or maybe, I mean, you could be fulfilling yours too by being a submissive and doing what he wants you to do. I mean, there's all kinds of dynamics.
Isn't the difference though? Because I relate so hard to this, and like I clearly am not. But like this is my trans experience.
Right.
Like, so many guys are totally into fucking me, but won't be seen with me in public, or if they will, they won't introduce me to friends or family, or like, there's all different gradients of this.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's some guys that are just like, they're with me because I'm a trans woman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They have to be okay with me because I'm a trans woman.
right.
But they're specifically with me because I'm a trans woman.
You're being
I don't know.
objectified in that sense.
Well, but isn't that what we just said that you're okay with as long as they're seen with you?
You said the guys won't see you with friends and family, right?
Yeah.
So that means those guys, that group of guys,
They'll treat me like a queen out in public. They'll bring me anywhere, like a nice restaurant. They'll bring me out, but just like not friends and family.
so because you're a trans woman, you're stopping them from you seeing friends and family.
Yeah.
That's objectification in my book. Everything that we're talking about is subjective. Like
Is
everything.
that objectification or is that like shame, guilt, or some kind of other?
I don't know how they think. So
I mean, if you don't want to, like, what don't we like to? Why don't we like to show introduce parts of ourselves to our family?
Because of shame. I think it's fear and shame. I mean, you're already objectifying someone, but you don't want your family to know that this is what you like.
Why do so many of us not want our family to know that what we're into is?
I know why. Because they leave you. Because they reject you, and there's real loss there.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So it's not actually about you as a trans person. It has nothing to do with you.
It's hard to say it doesn't have to do with me. I take it pretty personally, but
You take it personally, but the reason if we go off what you just said, the reason that person he's not introducing you is because he has a fear. He'd rather lose you than lose his family.
Right.
He has
or
a
he
choice
doesn't want to be embarrassed about
you know
the
what I mean?
end of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even though you have to experience, that's the fucked up part. You have to experience that I'm your secret type shit.
Right.
right?
Yeah, which is to me like a yes. I just have to say, because I'm dating that person right now is one of my partners, right? But at the same time, my first partner, and both black men, by the way, just like it's just a coincidence, right? I don't only date black men. I've dated all kinds of men, but my first partner would not be seen with me in public ever. Like sex, yeah. But I was a sneaky link.
Oh, damn, that's rough.
Yeah, exactly. And so that, like, to me now is a no in my life.
That makes sense.
Okay, makes sense.
I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my head.
Interesting. And yeah, oh wow, that was an interesting video. And especially when it comes to the topic of, when it comes to the Queen of Spades lifestyle, and especially when it comes to with relationships and sexuality. I know people live different lives, have different experiences, and went through different stuff as well. And especially with me too, as a black man, and especially to hooking up with other women from different cultures, I've met some women too who were like, say, like in the lifestyle or the Queen of Spades, but also I didn't know about it too. And especially like I'm in certain spaces where I'm just interacting with, with couples or women who are in the lifestyle and like to hook up with, black men sexually. But at the same time too, with me being like a very open-minded person and really just like to create friendships and just really getting to know people, it can really just be hard to really just, connecting with people who are just like have those kind of like weird intentions, and especially when it comes to just like, if you're like, say you're a black man, for example, and you just want to just really make some new friends when it comes to with the opposite sex, or just trying to get to know them too as a person, and they don't want to get to know you as a person. They just want to just take the BBC, however you want to call it too, when it comes to with their own sexual desires. And and it can really just rub people the wrong way, especially towards black men who really just wanted like a genuine connection with someone, not just like hooking up with someone long term or just getting married, but just like get to know someone as a friendship. And it can really just rub them the wrong way. But at the same time, there are black men who don't mind that as well, because there's some black men out there who just want to just hook up with certain women, white women, Mexican, Japanese, etc. And just like if they find each other attractive, they have chemistry, and they just want to and they set their boundaries when it comes to just like look what they're looking for, what they want to experience, what they will tolerate, what they won't tolerate, then so be it. And with I can't fucking speak. Objectification when it comes to with black men, and I can't fucking speak this word today. Objectification when it comes to with black men, and even certain people in the LGBTQ community. And forgive me for just getting that kind of wrong, because I can't pronounce it right now. But just really being objectified, especially as a black man. And it's just, I always find it weird, don't get me wrong. I like being complimented by my looks, my intelligence, and everything else, for my emotional intelligence and my, mental intelligence, and even my physical appearance. I don't mind that. But at the same time, really just being objectified like that, and now I can say this word too, it's really weird, and forgive me too for my little mess up when it comes to with people who are, transgender in the LGBTQ community. I just want to be respectful towards that, towards anyone who's in that community and the lifestyle. It's just like, I can only speak from my own experience, and, and it's just like as a black man, dealing with women, women who are, in that kind of lifestyle, who like to hook up with black men sexually, it can be like just like a hit or miss or a double-edged sword. It's just because it's like there's some women who are married, or they are just, and married to certain partners who have this kind of like open dynamic where they just like to see their other partners hooking up with black men like myself, or other men too. And then there's other women too who are single, who actually, appreciate Black men for who they are, not just sexually, but also emotionally, mentally, and, spiritually too. So I don't know, it's a double-edged sword. And, when it comes to in today's society as well, it's just, it's really, I say like a hit or miss, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword too, just because it's like there are, certain white women who have, this kind of like, fantasy when it comes to with Black men, when it comes to, have those kind of expectations when it comes to with their dick size and with how much money they make or anything else. But there's other women too who just appreciate Black men for who they are, especially if they have chemistry and they like each other too. So yeah, it's like a hit or miss. That's from my own experience. And yeah, and that's pretty much it too. Especially when it comes to share my own experience too, being in the lifestyle and all that. And I still dabble into it here and there, but I just like to just share my own experiences and really just build communities too when it comes to with Black men have experienced certain situations dealing with other women who are attracted to them and have been objectified, by other women too, when it comes to from different backgrounds, so, and even just like, as well, just feel free to share your own feelings and thoughts, when it comes to with this reaction video. And of course too, I appreciate you guys for just, listening, even if my pronunciation messed up too, when it comes to with that. I try to be respectful and to really just be respectful from other people's lifestyles and communities, especially as adults too. I always like to be respectful of that. So if you're like a hot wife or a queen of spades, or if you're in the LGBTQ community, if you're transgender, you guys are always welcome here too. And if you guys ever want to show your appreciation when it comes to with the original video, feel free to check out the original video in the description below. If you guys like my reaction, feel free to share your own feelings and thoughts about it too, and even the stuff that I've shared too when it comes to with this video. And of course too, I will be making part 2 when it comes to with the release of this video. So if you guys have seen this reaction video part 1, I will be releasing part 2 on my website. So on part 2 finale, I'm gonna go full in when it comes to with the lifestyle as well, and just really going in, because with YouTube I gotta respect the guidelines and I don't want to get too crazy in here. So I don't want to get my channel taken down basically. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to with that. And again, I thank you guys for watching. You guys take care, live your best lives, whether you're a man, a woman, etc. And many blessings.